couple of seconds. Great. So we are live now. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Happy to have you join us today and super excited. It's weekend, and as usual, during the weekend, we build stuff. We build and break stuff. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to build and break stuff. And our hope is that by the end of the session, we should have something tangible. In the past couple of sessions, I've tried to explain everything that I'm doing and to make you understand. But in today's session, we want to focus more on building the product than on like breaking everything down. I will do that as much as possible, but then our focus is to get what I call the 24-hour MVP ready. So if you have an idea and you want to build a product, what does the 24-hour MVP looks like? That's where we're going to focus on. So in the past, um, just for context, if you don't know what MVP is, and we spoke about this in the very first session, but MVP means minimum viable product. What is the smallest or the minimum product that you build that still serves the purpose for which you are trying to build it for? So the most essential features being in there, you are not worried about like the most fancy designs out there, like anything that is useful and that solves the problem that you are trying to solve. And the problem that we identified the last time was having to build a staff scheduling system, since most of these things are done in companies or stores or shops manually. We want to build a system that semi-automates the process, and also people use it to assist themselves, or these managers of the various companies that run shift systems are able to use it to assist themselves. That problem identification phase we've discussed in detail in the very first live stream that we did on this. So if you missed that, you can always check the channel out, the YouTube channel where we stream these videos to. And just for context, some of you are here on Zoom with us. Please mute yourself if you are not speaking directly to us. If you want to speak to us, you can equally raise your hand. I'm happy to call you and we'll have a chat. That's the essence of being in the room. For those of you watching on YouTube, once in a while, I'll check the YouTube chat or comment section. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it there. Otherwise, also feel free to join us on Zoom anytime, any day where we are having such sessions. Okay, on that note, let's get started. I think there's some distractions coming in. Please try stay muted if you're not speaking. Ah, can see almost everyone is muted. So where is the noise coming from? Edwin, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I've muted you. Yeah, so guys, please stay muted if you are not speaking. I think there was a way to keep everyone mute. Okay, mute or okay, yeah. Great. Now let's get started. So I want to presume that you've brainstormed an idea that you want to build. So the way forward. Now I have an idea. I want to build a staff scheduling platform. And from the first session, I showed you that personally, I'll do a lot of brainstorming to really understand the depth of the problem I'm trying to solve and how I want to solve it. And nowadays, I try to do this brainstorming with the assistance of AI tools. So ideally, I would do a back and forth with colleagues around. But if I don't have anyone around, I'd go to ChatGPT. That is a learned colleague that I have. So I can go to it anytime, any day, and do the discussion. We've done this in the past, and we've also coded some part of this project. And this here is the code base that we have. But today we're going to take a totally new, a totally different approach. So when I showed you the last time, we started working with Cursor AI as our test editor, and that's what we're going to be working with again, but not just that. We're going to work with another tool. And interestingly, yesterday, OpenAI has released, I'm not too sure if it was released yesterday, but it was yesterday that I found out. They've released a desktop version of ChatGPT. And now it's only accessible via Mac. However, the interesting thing that I am foreseeing is it is possible that sometime to come, ChatGPT desktop version will be able to do something similar to what Cursor AI, Pair AI, Codium, all these tools that are being integrated into the IDEs like or test editors like Visual Studio Code. ChatGPT is likely to be able to do that. And hey, I'm not a prophet, but the way I saw their demo yesterday, and even though now it's able to look into your code and you ask it questions based on your code, but it's still within its own desktop, and you have to go and copy the questions or the answers or the code that it writes for you and come and paste it in your test editor. But I foresee a future where it's like very much integrated and it pushes the code directly into your test editor. I can't wait to see that and how it plays out. But for now, let's use Cursor AI as our test editor. Then the other tool that we're going to use now, in the past couple of sessions, the tools that we've been using largely are VO. So if you're hearing it for the first time, VO is owned by Vercel, vo.dev. We've used it to design a couple of screens. We've also used which other tool? We used the UI UX tool that I introduced you to was called, I keep forgetting their name. Visily was called visily.ai. Yeah. So if you are interested in doing UI UX AI powered, then visily.ai got you. I think Figma has also introduced some wonderful AI tools in there that you can use. So in the past, we've used these two tools as well. I equally introduced you to bolt.new. Bolt.new. And when I introduced it to you, I think that was our very first session when we did the quiz app. I wrote the prompt for it to give us the quiz app. Unfortunately, it was breaking, so we didn't see the final output. But right after the session, when I went, it had done the quiz app, and it was almost the same as what we had with Vio. So I was impressed. And in the course of this week, I've been exploring Vio so much that today I want us to use, sorry, I've been exploring bolt.new so much that today I want us to use bolt.new to build the 24-hour MVP of the product. And I'm going to show you how I achieve the best result out of it. So let me bring out my own account. One thing you should know about bolt.new is that you need, it's free for a certain number of tokens that you sign up to. So if you sign, no, I don't think it will require, no, okay, it will definitely require you to sign in to it. So you'd have to create an account and sign in. And in a day, you have a certain number of tokens that is also going to be consumed as you begin to prompt it. So at a point, it will tell you that you have consumed all your tokens. I had to buy a subscription so that I get to experiment more, learn more, and be able to share this with you. So currently, I have a subscription which has quite a generous amount of tokens, even though I can finish it right now because the first day I bought the subscription, I consumed almost 50% of my tokens. So I just hope that we do not exhaust it whilst on live here. But the very first thing that I'll do in this workflow of mine when it comes to building things with these AI tools. So now the picture that we are painting is this. We are starting off with doing our brainstorming. So I've come to a Scarlet Draw. I've done my brainstorming. The next thing I want, so let's see, we are here. Do your brainstorming. The next thing you do is to expand on that brainstorming and get a correct prompt. I'll write it in here, but let me put all the bosses. So we are going 4 steps. Step one, step one is for us to do problem identification and brainstorming on the solution. Problem identification and brainstorming solution. So whatever problem that you have, if you don't have a problem right now, there are a lot of ways to get something that inspires you. See, if you have not found that one thing that you really want to do, please start with anything. And you can take inspiration from what people are building, see exactly what is on the market, what's available, something that you can tweak for your own use case, or a problem that you are facing that you want to solve it. So when I want inspiration, for instance, I usually will go to product hunts and see what people are building. Self-appointed class prefect. I hope you are around and you are taking notes. Some of these tools, when I mention them, it's because I've been using them often. I hardly think about it that people are not aware of. So if you are not aware of them, just document as much as you can. Okay, so product hunt is where people launch their products, and it's a big deal in the tech world. Like to be product hunt product of the day for today, or I mean any specific day, is a big thing. And some of these startups will put it as a badge on their website. So that tells you how big of a deal it is. But when you come here and you go to products, you see there are different types of products that you can go through. And these are things that people are building. So even if you don't have any idea whatsoever what you want to build, this is a good place to start to get inspiration and see what other people are building, and you'll be able to get an idea. I wouldn't want to just copy and paste what someone is building, like, oh, because they are doing this, let me do the same thing. No, but what they have done, what other unique features can you add to it? What kind of twist can you give it? Like, give it your own personal twist such that it becomes your own product. So I am more interested in health related stuff. So if I come to the health and fitness, I can check and see any of them. Let's say the medical category. What are people building? Kensho Health, Holistic Health First Discovery Platform. And for some of these, you can usually click on them and go to their website if they have. So I can see the details and visit their website if they have a website and see what they are building. Why is there a weird space between this? See, so sometimes you look at some of these things and you know that, yeah, I can build something like this. In fact, if we have these sort of images, building such a landing page would take us less than 10 minutes to get done. It will take us less than 10 minutes using the AI tools. So this is where you want to gain inspiration from, see the various products that people are building. Outside of this, you can also go to Figma community and see that is not like a real product, but then designs that designers have designed. And sometimes they have inspiration from solving a problem. And sometimes they even write the concept note. So you get to see, oh, what is this person building? So when you go to the Figma community, there is also a lot of designs that are out there. Let's see, explore community. But if you have an idea, that's what makes it makes it good to come with an idea or a category of products that you want to build. So let's say we are looking for staff scheduling. Let's try and see if there is anything like that. So you see some designs in here. This is Rice Calendar. Let's go see what it is. Dashboard management, restaurant management, AI smartness, society management. And also, you want to be mindful that some of them are going to be mobile apps like this. Employee management is a mobile app. So if you're not building a mobile app, then maybe it's not the most useful to you. But also, you could take inspiration from what their mobile app is doing. Then you'll be able to build a web version of it. Hopefully, along the line, I'll start showing you how to use these tools to build mobile apps as well. But this is also one of the ways that you get inspiration. So you come and see what these people are doing. I could zoom into it and see exactly what this product is about. No way. Okay. So I think I like their landing page, a calendar that works for you. Looks great. So if you like this, what you can do is go back. You need to have a Figma account, right? So you can go back and click open in Figma. So this will open it and give you access. Some of the resources are not free, but the free ones you get access to it for free. So here you could set the filter to free in order to get the free ones. Then once you open it in Figma, you have access to these files. So if I want, I could download this. And how do I download it? After selecting that, I come down here to export. So this here, export, and that should download it for me. Yes, should download that for me. Opening somewhere else. Let's see what it downloaded. Sometimes it depends on how the person designed it. Yes, but we have the PNG file here. This PNG file, we can pass to any of the AIs and say, hey, we want to build a landing page that looks just like this. And you give it your specific requirements or details that it should do. So that's how to get inspiration. Let's go back. I hope you guys are following and you are learning a thing or two. So this is how we get inspiration. And step two will be for us to now, after we've gotten inspiration, we need to get the details of our solution, get the details of the solution, and generate a comprehensive prompt for building it. Because now our focus more is on using AI to help us build it. That's what we're going to do. From step one, we move on to step two. So step two is where we have these requirements that we have listed here. And we're going to go to ChatGPT, my very good friend, and tell it to help us generate the prompt. The prompt that we're going to use to build this. So, hey, buddy, I am thinking of building a staff scheduling tool. I mean, there's so many things that I can do if I want to go the usual route, but our primary focus today is to ship as fast as possible. So just going to tell it about it. I'm thinking of building a staff scheduling tool. Can you help me think it through thoroughly? I want it to be one of the best solutions for SMEs that require staff scheduling. It should be able to cater for different types of businesses. Pardon my spelling if, oh, businesses, and accommodate different scheduling patterns. My primary goal is to semi automate staff scheduling so that it feels less burdensome to managers or staff in such organizations. And this is not magic. This is if you were going to hire a software engineer to build a product for you, what are you going to tell them to do for you? And you need to give as much context as possible. So that's what I'm trying to do over here. So I go in here. I have listed below a couple of essential features that it requires, but I want to also lean on your expertise to optimize these features for my use case. Then I just give this to it. That's what we wrote about 3 weeks ago. We did this brainstorming together about 3 weeks ago, and we said different shifts, morning, afternoon, evening, staff will be assigned to specific. Anyway, let's just go on with it. Okay, so this is a great concept. Semi-automating staff scheduling can provide immense value to SMEs across industries. Here's how. For those of you who do not know, SMEs is small and medium enterprises. So these are organizations that are not too big. Usually they cannot afford, or some of these solutions that already exist are too complex for their use case. So you want to build something for them. And one other thing I would probably also have done building any other tool is to find an industry leader in the tool that I want to build. So is there any other company that is building a similar tool? So we could go online and say staff scheduling platforms, then see what others have. 30 best employee shift scheduling software. So if we go in here, we'll get to see some of the products that is on the market, what people are using. So this is best employee scheduling app for planning, distributing, and swapping shifts. So this seems like close to what we want to do. You come to their website, you see what they have here. We could literally now give this to the AI that, oh, we want to build something like this, but probably better or less complex or more user friendly, depending on what the pain points for these are or the challenges with using these are. So we can do that. And let's see if there's another one that we could take. Best employee scheduling tool for contract, freelance, and hourly workers. Best for its flexible approach, best for global scheduling policies, best software for customizable scheduling needs. Let's try this. Okay. Yeah, I think this is something that we talked about, the geofencing, where people sign in when they come. Only they can only sign in if they are in their facility. Okay, so these two are sort of good standards for us to follow. And if, I mean, I've not used any of them before, so I can't certify that they are great, but at least there's people writing about them. Hopefully, if they are appearing in a blog post that says 30 best employee shift scheduling and they are part of the top 10, then they may be worth looking at. So we can take inspiration from these two. Let's go back to what ChatGPT says. Flexible shift setup, shift template, shift swapping. Great. So we can either ask it to continue or I mean, if we still want to bring in this, we can equally bring this in. So I just took a look at these two platforms and I kind of like them. Are there any sort of inspirations we can take from them to refine our idea? Then I'll pass it those two platforms. Okay. Now let's wait for ChatGPT and what it has to say to us. All right. Analyzing the features of the Connect team and Body Punch can provide valuable insight to enhance your staff scheduling. ChatGPT. Oh, okay. I was going to ask, did it really go online to look at it because it didn't show that it analyzed them, but it has references here, so that means that it checked them out. So there is time tracking. Implement a time clock feature that allows employees to clock in and out via mobile devices or a central kiosk. Incorporate geofencing to ensure clock-ins occur at designated locations. Automated timesheets. Okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. So now the next thing that I want to do, which is part of our second stage, is to get the prompt for designing this. And I'm going to use both to build the MVP of the product that we're building. However, I found some challenges with bots in the past couple of days and weeks that I've been working with it. So for now, how I use bots is I use both to generate the full UI, that's the front end part of the code, and do not do any back end to it. I wanted to focus on just the front end. It is able to do the full stack and build the back end as well. But along the line, you have limited amount of tokens and it starts messing up. You try resolving the issue, you are just losing tokens. So I wanted to focus on the front end only and finish with that. Then I take the code base down to Cursor to go and code it. So that is the step two, the step three, and step four. So step three, we would go to both. Give the prompts to both and build the UI. So that's what we'll do with both. And you guys will see for yourself. In the past 2 weeks, I haven't gone to VO to generate screens because this is the strategy that I'm using now. Then step four is download the code from both and continue building with Cursor AI. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Oh no. This is our 4-step process. Now we are around here. We need to generate the comprehensive prompt. So we go back to ChatGPT and we say, I want to use both the new to build this. However, I want it to focus on building just the front end part of the code using Nest.js 14 app router. So by default, both is going to use React.js and React through Vite. It will install it via Vite. So you have to, if you are okay with whatever technology it is using, then you don't need to tell it. But I prefer currently this is the tech stack that I prefer. So using SJS 14, the app router, that is what I want. So I tell it exactly that so that the code base that it gives me, I can just jump onto it and work from it. I want to use both on you to build this. However, I wanted to focus on building. It can mock any data in JSON format to represent what the backend will return. So most of the times your backend is going to return JSON data. Hence, if we do not have a backend, we want the tool or the AI to create some form of JSON data to be working with. That's why I'm telling it this. To represent what the backend will return. Also, let's not worry about any database connections since we can do that later. We want a functional front end that has all the desired features in an easy to use, intuitive. When it comes to describing some of these things, I feel like those of like you need to be good with your adjectives to be able to describe exactly what you want, right? And if you have color of choice, you add all of those things. And easy to use, intuitive, great UI and UX. It should be even better than what we got with all the competitors. Let's see, with this and that. Right. Can you please help me with a comprehensive prompt for both dot new to design this for us? Okay. One of the key things that you need to take out of these sessions is not necessarily what I put in there, but rather the thought process. Like, why am I thinking this way? Why am I saying that? So, if you are confused about anything, it's the best time to ask questions and also the way you learn by paying attention to why is this guy doing this? Why did he say this? Why did he not say that? And hey, I'm happy to share with you what is going through my head when I'm thinking about these things. But I think that's the best thing you should take from this session. It's not necessarily what I'm building because it turns out you may be building something else. So focus on understanding the approach that I'm taking and the reasons behind the approaches so that when you're building your own unique product, you are able to also use the same or similar mindset, similar approach to achieve even better results than I am achieving. So I haven't checked YouTube. I hope there isn't any comment to be addressed. Okay. Says hi dog. I'm in C22. I want to go solo on my final project, but need help coming up with ideas. I think with ideas, I've already spoken about it. You can go to any of the platforms that I shared previously, go to Product Hunt, go to Figma Community, go to Awards, Dribble, like all of these platforms where people are showing designs of product. You can get ideas from there. You can also look into your own life and see problems that can be solved with a platform that you can design. So that shouldn't be, yeah, I think that would be helpful. Those on Zoom, does anyone have any questions for me? So take a water break. Any questions? All right. Okay, so prompt for both on you. We have the prompt now. I'm assuming since I didn't hear anything, no questions. So we'll go ahead with this. Go to both and start by putting the whole prompt there and just hitting enter and wait for the magic to happen. Let's wait for the magic. Next.js being installed. Mm, it's fun. It's fun these days. The one thing that I've realized and recently I intended to solve for my own self is that almost every time when I'm building a new product, I have to go through these steps, like the boilerplate code. I have to install Next.js. I have to install some packages. I have to create authentication. I think I should have even mentioned that it shouldn't worry itself about authentication. I can see it's already doing authentication. Usually those things are bottlenecks. So what people have started doing now is to create boilerplate templates that anytime I want to ship a new product, I just go ahead and use that template. And I think that was last 2 weeks. I started creating my own template so that I do not have to do all of this. So one of the things I should have told ChatGPT is that it should ignore authentication so that I don't spend time debugging authentication because we are not using the back end. We are not creating a back end. So it doesn't make sense to use or create authentication right now. But anyway, let's see what it has for us. Still compiling. But let's see here. So what it did says, I'll help you create a modern production ready staff scheduling tool. Let's start by setting up the project structure and implementing the core features progressively. Started by create initial files, updates package.json, install the dependencies, updates app layout, then team provider, then alt layout and login page. Okay, is it done now? So this is more ShadCN interface, but I would prompt it to say, see, my subscription is now left to 2.3 million monthly tokens. Pay attention to that. When we started, I think it was 2.4. So now the 0.1 is gone. By the time we are done, I hope that not everything is gone. But anyway, uh, can we have a landing page as well? And for now, we can ignore the authentication and focus on the primary features of the platform while using dummy data and mocking various processes when necessary. The landing page should be very intuitive, catchy, with best UI and UX. Let me see what it comes up with. Okay. So now it's creating our landing page. Oh, the ChatGPT give it a name, Staff Sync. Interesting. The ChatGPT didn't give it a name. That means that both actually gave it a name. And because of time, I didn't spend time to read what ChatGPT wrote. But it's important for you to read and make sure that this is exactly what you are looking for. So it says we are building a state-of-the-art staff scheduling tool designed for SMEs to simplify scheduling tasks. The focus is on creating The focus is on creating. Sorry, guys. The focus is on creating uh, a highly functional, visually appealing, and user-friendly interface using Next.js 14. The app should mock data using JSON to represent backend. Okay, that's what we told it to do. Yeah, not not too great. Not too great. This is not the usual design I expect from both. Both, you can do better. And now another 0.1 million token is gone. So you have to be extremely mindful when you are prompting it. Otherwise, you waste your token trying to fix these things. I want to go one more time on this. One thing that you can also equally do is go to your competitor site. I've not, I've never given it the link before. We could give it a screenshot, but let me try with a link and see. It's always the first time. The landing page is not quite what I would want. Can we take inspiration from these competitors competitors and make something even better than this? Then let's pass this and that. The owner of the platform see me right now. I'll create a more dynamic. Are you sure you read their website by these competitors, but with an even more modern and polished design? I'll incorporate animated statistics, social proof, and better visual hierarchy. Okay, let's see what you got for us. So if I was building a 24-hour MVP of any product at all, one, my landing page is key because it is the first thing that people would look at or see before they get back to you, right? So I want to make sure that this is really top notch for the landing page. And when I show it to people, they are impressed and they're like, yeah, you seem to have a very good product. So it's great for me to spend my time on fixing my landing page and making sure that it's working. The rest I can spend more time on them building. Let's see what it comes back with. It's not giving a both vibes. Yes, that's what I mean. Because I know both. Yesterday, I asked it to do a design for me, and I was so super impressed. This is still not there. Both you can do better. It's not bad, but I still think that it can do better. Like this is too standard. Who else also thinks same? Or am I giving both higher expectations? Like, am I expecting too much? I think you can do better. It is getting close, but you can do way better than this. The design isn't that catchy. I want a more modern design that will that will what word will I use? That will I want a more modern design that would be appealing and be high converting. Okay. Use let's say meta design principles and build it as if you were building a new product for Meta. Sometimes when I start doing these things with the AI tools, it's so funny. Oh my goodness. Both the new is amazing. Yes, very much amazing. And there is so the subscription that I bought for this month is $20. And I was having a conversation with some colleagues of mine, telling them that if I had a project and the project was going to pay me more than $20, or even if I don't have a project and I'm trying to learn, and I keep preaching that this is the best time to learn development, software engineering, like this is the best time because learning these things is really easy now. I'll probably go get somebody's contract, something that is not too big, something that I know I can build. And this is if I wasn't doing anything right now, I wasn't working and I'm trying to survive. What I'm thinking right now is I'd start looking for contracts where, hey guy, if you can pay me say $40, $50 or 100, I can build you this thing. It depends on the work, obviously, but I would build you this solution if you can give me this amount. Then I'll come and buy the monthly subscription of this product and I'll try my best to finish your design in a very short time. Finish it, then I'll use the rest of the tokens to do my own stuff. But as I told you, these tokens are worth a lot. Like now we have only 2.1 million tokens left. So we are winding down bit by bit. So you do not want to come here and start everything from here. You should have done your brainstorming, the solution, how you wanted to do be. That's why I had to use ChatGPT to get all of these. So I don't come and waste. We could have started everything from scratch with both, but I'm being conservative here and trying to save on money as much as I can. So you have all of these other AI tools. You can talk to Gemini, ChatGPT, anyone that you have access to, you can use it. There's another AI tool that after this month, when I've exhausted both subscription, I'm going to start trying. And now we begin to run into problems. This is the not so fun part about using AI, especially if you cannot debug yourself. But then both has fix problems button that you click and it will analyze it to help fix it. The problem is that in fixing it, it's still using your credit. So your token. So if you don't take care, it finishes your token just by fixing problems. So you have to be extremely careful with that. If you know how to fix the problems, sometimes you just have to come and read the console to appreciate what the problem is and try fixing it yourself instead of using that. But if you do not know how to do these things yourself, then feel free to use the button that says fix the problems to fix it. Let me check YouTube. I don't want to leave the people watching on YouTube alone. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube and you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm happy to respond to it. I would once in a while come back to look at it, or maybe let me stay on that screen as well so that I can see if yeah, so the screen is now open and should be able to see any issues that comes up in any chat that comes up. Problems after problems. Okay, today I want to be the non-software engineer trying to use AI tool to build a product. So let's AI do the work so that those of you who are not tech savvy, you are able to also get these things done. But I feel, as I'm saying, it's the best time to be or to learn these things. In that, don't your primary focus shouldn't be on, hey, the AI will do everything for me. But then I can use the AI to now build things that I couldn't build before and also learn at the same time. So if it has written a piece of code and you don't understand, or you want to really appreciate what is happening here, yes, you can ask both to explain them to you, but you may end up consuming all your credits or tokens as it is called. So you could copy this back to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to explain them to you. Says, I feel that while it is easy to learn, it might not help us improve our brainstorming and problem solving skills. How would you advise using such a powerful tool without undermining ourselves? I I I maintain a stand that it depends on where you are and what your goals are. And I've been preaching this forever. If my goal is to learn a new technology, I'm using this tool differently. If my goal is to ship a product as fast as possible, I'm using it differently. So if you are in the learning phase and you want to learn, if you had a teacher teaching you, would you say that, hey, because I have a learned teacher teaching me, I am going to, what was the word that you used? It might not help. Like, it's not going to help improve. Guys, are you seeing the design now? Are you seeing the design now? Yeah. So if you had an intelligent teacher teaching you, are you going to say that, oh, because I have an intelligent teacher, it's not going to help me improve my brainstorming and problem solving skills? Obviously not. So that's how you should see it. This is a learned colleague or an intelligent buddy that can assist you learn anything that you want to learn. So use the tools as such. See them as the teachers that you have who are very patient with you, would want to explain everything and anything at all. Do not get angry at you, even if you ask the dumbest of questions. Then use them as such. If that is your goal, if your goal is learning, that is it. If your goal, like right now, as I'm sitting here, is to ship as fast as possible, I would use it as I'm using it, build a product. Then now, after we are done with the stream, I can take my time, go through the code, fix anything that I'm supposed to fix, and proceed thereafter. Yeah, so at least now we are close. I would, if I am to do this for production, I'll still prompt it. I don't like this standard view over here. I'd want it to make it better. But I think we can stop here. We've already consumed a lot of tokens on just the landing page. But guys, don't you like this? Staff sync. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. What do you think about the design? Maybe I'm the one who is impressed, but yes, yes. What do you guys think? All right. So I'm not the only one. Great, great. Yeah. This is beautiful. And so far, both is the only AI tool that I've used that actually adds the images. So it's picking images from one of these stock images website. I've forgotten exactly that one. We can look into the code and see it, but in SGS, usually you would want to configure your URL. Oh, you didn't. Anyway, best practices. It's probably not following the best practice, but yeah, we have a nice landing page now. We can proceed. So let's proceed to our dashboard. Great landing page. We can now proceed. I can literally say you can now proceed because it has context to what we are doing. I don't have to tell it everything that we are supposed to do. When I was using when using Cursor AI, I did not use the same approach. Reason being that it has to make a call, and I think this is similar, but I feel that in the past when I've used it, it's always has the previous context. So I do not have to prompt it about the context. And this is me analyzing it on the fly right now as I'm talking. In Kesa, sometimes it goes and says, hey, Claude is busy. So now we are switching to GPT. And GPT, I don't know if it will have all of the content. So what I usually do when working with Kesa is I'd create a to-do.md file, like a markdown file, and ask it to create an outline of things to do. So we go one after the other, and it has that context. Like I always have that context for it, but I've not found that to be the case with both. So yeah, what did it design? It says I've set up basic dashboard structure with a responsive sidebar. Okay, let's see where there is dashboard. Okay, so now if we go to slash dashboard, and this is why sometimes it's also very important to know the technology that you're using. Using the app router, I should know exactly how to access the dashboard page. Otherwise, even though it has created something, I don't know how to access it. And it cannot resolve this. If the model cannot be seen, we just have to install the model. But let's presume we don't know any of these. We ask both to solve the problem for us. Says our face missing dependency issues by adding this to the package.json and update the layout to use it properly. Okay. Emmanuel said just joined. You're welcome, Emmanuel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Okay. Very impressive work done. That's what everyone thinks. That's good. I literally have started enjoying using it, and for especially for trying to get an idea fleshed out, I just come to it and hey, let's flesh out this idea. SGS is sometimes so slow when compiling this. I think NestJS 15 seems to have a solution for that, but I'm yet to switch to NestJS 15. Yeah, so this is our dashboard. Hmm, you're getting there. This is our dashboard. What do you guys think? This is not too strange. Like it's not too. I, what I will probably tell it is to do implement dark mode so that we can switch to light mode as well. And I'm saying this is not too different because it's coming from ShadCN. It's probably using a ShadCN block. So let's go to ShadCN and you see a lot of these here, the blocks. And you could literally copy, run this code in your Next.js application, and you get this as your product, like this page set up in yours. So it's not too crazy what it has done there. We can copy and paste a single line of code and we'll get all of these. So let's continue. Let's keep building. Both keep going. Continue. But also try and implement dark mode switcher. Let's see. Now we are 2 million tokens left. Uh, I'm being a typical African, very conscious about my tokens. Very, very conscious about it. Ooh. Okay. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's see what it comes up with. It says I've added a dark mode toggle. and made several improvements. Added a mode toggle component that allows switching between light, dark, and system theme. Integrated a toggle in both the landing page header and dashboard layout. Added a proper header bar to the dashboard with notifications and user profile. Improved the dashboard layout with better spacing and backdrop blur effect. Ensured the theme persists across page refreshes. The dark mode toggle is now accessible from both the landing page. How many times do you want to say this? Would you like me to implement any other features or make any adjustments? Come on, don't start. Nav link is not defined. So it didn't define one of the components. Hmm. Sometimes I feel maybe over time they will get better, but you shouldn't rewrite the whole page if it is the same thing that you are writing. Like, who does that? You've written the landing page. So this is the code for the landing page. And you're not going to make any changes to it, but you're going to have to fix that part of the code that needs to be fixed. Then you delete the whole code and start from scratch. Who does that? So one of the key things I would do, and I usually do it, especially when I'm working in Cursor AI, is to commit to Git as much as possible so that I can revert back to any point in time when it was all good. So if I do it and I like it and it's all good here, I commit that before I prompt it further. Because there are times that you go prompt it and it will go and spoil everything. Like last 2 days, I built a product and I needed it to fix some things. Don't tell me that it has come to spoil these things again. Ah, you see what just happened? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like you have a problem and you go and delete everything and start all over again. So now I do not want this. In both, you can undo. So we can just undo this and say revert. How will you do that? Hey, where was this one? So we can equally go back and roll back to checkpoints. Is it this part or the previous part? You are about to revert your project to a previous state. This action, yes. Are you sure? Yes. Yeah. This is what we want. We just wanted you to add the dashboard toggle. So if I was doing it locally, I would I'll commit this and make sure that at least I have this saved so that if there are any issues, I can always get back to it. Okay, very important. Question here says, what are the differences between React and Next.js for building a front end, and which one is generally preferred in most cases? So Next.js is just a framework that is built with React as a library. React is a UI library, a library for designing UI components. And Next.js is a framework that allows you to build your user interfaces as well as a backend. So it's a full stack framework. When you go to React, the React team itself recommend that now you shouldn't build projects using just React. You should use one of the frameworks. And Next.js is the recommended framework. So essentially, if you are building a product today, it's easier to use Next.js than to use React. But to use Next.js, you need to know React because Next.js is just a framework that is using React. I hope that makes sense. This is not the documentation I was looking for. Their official docs, I think. Oh, let me not spend time here. So We wanted it to continue building, but also add a dark mode toggle to the landing page as well as the dashboard. What we'll say then is don't change anything in the current landing page. I like the design and want to maintain it as such. I've not experienced this before, so let me see if it's able to listen to the instruction. I'll add a dark mode toggle to both the landing page and dashboard while preserving the current design. I'll create a theme toggle component and integrate into both layouts. Okay. It's still rewriting everything. This guy. Do the AIs do they know that they are just wasting time rewriting everything or they are not aware? Somebody should help me tell them. Oh, okay. Unless it's added, it should provide a full script and not expect you to update manually. What exactly do you mean by that? Like the full script as in because what I'm doing right now, there isn't any parts where I am making any changes. Like it's the one doing everything itself. Created a new team toggle component with a smooth animation between sun and moon icons. Added the toggle to the landing page header next to the sign in button. Added the toggle to the dashboard side. It's something that was broken, that's why it's taking forever. Oh, did I press Ctrl C? I'd have waited forever. I thought it was compiling. So these are the little things that you need to know to be able to find your way around. Something is broken. Nav link again. Nav link again. Says I see that it truncated the existing script and added a comment that oh, did it? That was one of the things I was coming to complain about. Did he do that? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is what we'll do. Let's forget about the toggle and just continue our development. We can always, I mean, even with shard CN, it's way easier. I don't know why I'll be wasting plenty. Uh, where the office are missing. We want to undo all of this, right? If I forget and I go and undo what I'm not supposed to undo. Okay, so we have what we want. Yeah, so let's proceed. Dashboard, just to double check that the dashboard is working. Oh, did I just delete the dashboard? Ah, goodness. That's the problem. Now, wait. There's a terminal here. Something is telling me to start pushing this code to, let me see. Yeah, ideally I could actually version control this with Git. But anyway, let me know even start. Okay. So we need to whatever this problem is, no fun, no worries. Now we can't get back to the dashboard and there is no dashboard. So we have to prompt it again. See, I'm wasting tokens on doing these things. Let's proceed to build the dashboard. Should have checked that before undoing that. Hmm. Yeah. So, Alex, with what you pointed out, that's what I was talking about earlier. The last 2 days, I'm done building the product. It's not like I'm building it. I'm done building, and I've launched it only for me to realize that the product is not as mobile responsive as I want it to be. So I had to go back to Cursor and prompt it to make it mobile responsive, as lazy as I am becoming now. Then I'm happy because now the product is mobile responsive. So I republished it. I want to test it out. That's when I find the shock of my life. Like it's only the landing page that has the full content. All the rest of the pages, it did add like what did you even say? The comments that continue with the previous code, something like that. I'm like, how on earth will you do that to me? Eh? All the previous code that we wrote, you've deleted all of them. So that's one of the things that these tools are doing. I'm pretty sure over time they'll figure it out because it doesn't make sense. If you need to fix something, you should just go to the part of the code where that should be fixed and not spoil everything for us. Responsive sidebar. Okay, okay. At least in one go, it did this better than the previous one, right? Yeah, not bad. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so question is it? Oh, cool. Cool. It looks like I'll be using SJS for my final presentation project since I already use React for my foundation. Seems like a great opportunity. Yes, yes, yes. I totally agree. I think I also did similar when in SE. I used React for the first one. The foundations project, I used React. Then the final one, I did it with a team of three. So we use Nest.js to build the platform. Okay, let's keep going. The dashboard is modular. Let me know which area we'll focus on next. Instead of me letting it know, let me just say continue. And the one thing that I've also found useful, instead of saying continue, continue, it's better if you tell it exactly what to do. I don't know how the tokens are calculated, but I've realized that most often when I give it like three things to do at the same time, it comes back having done the three things, but then not consuming as much tokens as it would have consumed if I went one after the other. I I mean, that's what my intuition is telling me because I've tried that, haven't really studied it for so much to say that yes, this is it. But yeah, maybe I have to start telling it exactly what to focus on instead of just saying continue. Because sometimes the continue will go and do a simple thing and come. But if you tell it to do specifics, then it knows what to focus on to do it. Any questions so far? And I hope you guys are enjoying this. And hopefully, we'll be finishing soon with an MVP that we can launch and showcase to people. Ooh, let's wait for it. Is it compiling? Tell me you are compiling. Okay. Says, let's implement the schedule management feature, which is one of the core functionalities of our staff scheduling platform. We'll create an interactive calendar view with drag and drop capabilities. That sounds great. And says I've implemented a comprehensive schedule management system with the following features: interactive calendar, weekday, All right, let's see what else was added. So on the dashboard, we have dashboard slash schedule that has been created. That's the only new thing that has been added. Okay, so let's go here and go to dashboard first. I like the hero session a lot. Then go to schedule. Hope that was it. Otherwise, based on the design there, okay, so that was it. Ooh, oh, what happened? This is a long calendar. 12 a.m. to not bad. We can start from here at least something. Okay, this is a month. I think it was only yesterday that I learned about this package. I didn't know about it. It's called For Calendar JS. Very cool. Like I've never used it before. Yesterday, I was doing a research into what was I building? Yeah, an appointment booking platform, and that's when I came across this full calendar package. So as soon as it did it, I've not checked the code, but I want to presume that that's where it's coming from. So we could check the code and see package.json and see what it is using for calendar. So you see, it's using for calendar, and that's what I opened to show you. Oh, have I canceled it? Anyway, let's continue. So I think since it is the implementation uses for calendar. Oh, see, lazy man. If I had read here, I would have known for sure. For the calendar functionality and includes all necessary components for a production ready scheduling system. Would you like me to implement any specific features? Yes. So this is what I'll usually do. I'll copy these three and I'll say continue with this. We now have only 1.8 million tokens left. I'm keeping an eye on those tokens and quantifying what we can do with them. So $20 gives you 10 million tokens. And we started this project with 2.4 million tokens. That's like, let's say 2.5. 2.5 is what? One out of five. So one out of five of it. So that's one out of five of 20. Mathematicians, where are you? How much is that? What is the dollar equivalent of the number of tokens that we have? The math students in the class, where are you? I'm waiting for an answer. What is the dollar equivalent of the number of tokens that we are consuming for this project? If $20 is equal to 10 million tokens, what is 2.4 million tokens? Hey, none of you did math in school. Yeah? Guys, are you here? Or nobody did math? You all did English. You didn't do math. Okay, done compiling. Oh, it's so cool. The question again. Okay, so let's go. The question is those from Ghana. This is National Science and Math Quiz problem of the day. Your problem of the day is if 20 mil, no, if $20 is equivalent to 10 million tokens, what is the dollar value for 2.4 million tokens? Says Eric says 4.8. Ola says approximately 5. If you've been to National Science and Math quiz before, you know that approximately 5 is different from from 4.8. If you say approximately five, say who can type the questions? Hey. Okay, let's go and look for what has been added. So it means that whatever we are doing right now, okay, now we've consumed some, but we still have 1.7 million to go. So we've not consumed out to 4.5, and that's what we have. So if you have as low as $5, it can get you something like this as we have. Okay, we'll quantify after we have done everything. It says I've implemented three major features. So you see what I told you guys? When I said continue and I gave it three things, now it says we've implemented three major features. And we were at 1.8 and now it's at 1.7. So my hypothesis may be correct. I'm not too sure, but it may be correct. So sometimes you want to double prompt it so that it doesn't waste your tokens. Create and manage reusable shift templates. Define standard shift times and requirements. Quick apply template to new shifts. Color coding for different shift types. Then recurring shifts. Set up shifts that repeat on specific days. Choose start dates and durations. Select multiple days of the week. Apply templates. Then shift swapping system. Request shift swaps between staff members. View and manage swap requests. Accept or decline swap requests, status tracking for swap requests. The features are integrated into the schedule page with a new tabbed interface in the sidebar, making it easy to switch between start view, templates, and swap requests. Would you like me to implement any additional features? Let's take a look at it first. So per the pages, we haven't gotten any new pages. So they were all added as components. So we just have to go back to our dashboard. Then from there, we can see all the things relating to schedules. Okay, it's a dashboard, then schedule. Oh no, why didn't you add the components? So now it needs to fix it. And to fix a simple problem, it's going to consume our tokens. I don't know why I've become so obsessed with the token. See, when I did the subscription, I saw 10 million. I'm like, wow, I'm going to use this for the whole month. And I was super excited. Before I slept, I checked and it was 6.6 million left. It's like, huh, just in one day. That's not even one day, one night, because it was last week, Friday night, that I bought it. And Fridays are for building stuff, right? I use my Friday nights for trying out ideas, playing with things, trying out the tools. I mentioned that from both the next AI tool that I'm testing is the Replit agent. That's the next one that I'm going to test. So hopefully, after I'm done with my testing, you can come and see how we are going to build projects with it. But looking forward to that. I hope you didn't change anything. Okay. So why is it taking forever? Is it still compiling? Non compiling. Don't tell me that you've gone to delete things. Oh. Don't tell me that you've gone to delete things. We didn't send you to go delete anything. Page. You didn't delete it. So what's happening? The content is there. Okay. This thing nearly scared me. Okay. Let's go to our dashboard. Then schedule. Hopefully you are fixed down. Oh no. So you are fixed. So anyway, says 2.5 million, not 2.4 million. Uh, 10 million. And let me try reading this. 10 million purchased at $20. How many dollars is worth 2.5 million? Ah, okay. You were writing the question. So it was 2.4 that we started with. Yeah. Okay. Still being too lazy, but conscious about talking. The one thing that I did recently as well was I use vo.dev to build a mobile app. And yeah, hopefully one of these sessions we will delve into building mobile apps with these things. Like, uh, even though Vue cannot preview the mobile app, but then there's an easy way to go around it and do it. Like, things are happening. Ghanaians around, where are you? Let me say something to only you. Any Ghanaians in the house? Show me that you're here. Let me say something. Dashboard. My Ghanaian folks, where are you? Oh, no Ghanaian around. Okay. Only Abednego? Hey, are you people serious? Ghana for more here. Are you serious? Hey, don't disappoint me. My own people. It's funny. There was one day I reviewed my YouTube channel's data, the audience, and Ghana was like, I think the fourth country. I was like, hey, my own people do not even want to watch my channel. But yeah, that's why I love my Nigerian folks. And now people think I'm even Nigerian. Very soon, I'd have to start speaking like a Nigerian since the Ghanaians do not like me. And as the Bible rightly said, a prophet has no honor in his own people, with his own people. Eh? My Ghanaian folks. I used to have one YouTube channel that I used to run, had about 70% of my audience from India. I was like, oh. And I remember there was a comment and I hate that. I mean, it was a bit racist, but the person was saying it's because I'm black and African. That's why people are not watching these videos. Anyway, if my own people will watch it, they will get others to watch it. But if my own people are not watching it, hey, why is this thing running into issues like that? Okay. Yeah, that was just by the way anyway. I am a citizen of the world and I love people who love me. I belong to the people who belongs, who want me to belong. So yeah, happy to be anywhere. And but I wanted to say something to my Ghanaian folks. It's unfortunate that only two people show up today. Say in Ghana would say information will be assay. Eh? So those of you who don't understand that, ask the Ghanaians in the chat what does that mean. Information will be assay. Um, some of these things I would not waste time on letting the AI fix it and it's consuming the token every now and then. I'll prefer to go look into the code and fix it myself. Any questions so far? I think the other thing that I would love, I wanted to see the changes that it has made to the schedule or the additions, then we can move on to time clock. I think that was one of the important things. If we get time clock designed, we get the rest, maybe team. So at least time clock and team pages designed. Okay. Now this is working. Cool. Schedule. Let's choose months. This person is working. This is on break. This is off. Recurring. Okay, we can create a shift type, morning shift, then start time. So when I start working on this myself, what I'm going to do is morning shift should automatically set a time. So I do not have to. Like if morning shift is usually say 8 a.m. So by default, you should give us 8 a.m. if I choose morning shift. Then allow them to edit it. At least that is better. And some morning shifts, depending on where you work, some end at 2. At least I remember morning shift in the hospital used to end at 2. It used to start at 7 and end at 2. Um, only I haven't forgotten this. Then we assign a staff. John Doe is everywhere. John Doe. Okay. So we just added, oh, wait, morning shift for which day did we just add? Anyway, then we can, okay, so there is shift template here. Then copy. The copy is not working. So we'll have to implement all of these shift swap requests. So John Doe is wanting to swap. We can accept or decline. And this James Smith's own has been approved. You can request a shift swap. So your shift, select your shift, February 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Swap with Mike, then select their shift. Oh, okay. So one of the things that you'd also have to do, okay. So now, I mean, it's using dummy data, but at least if you get it out, is you can swap the shift that, let's say I want to swap with John Doe on 25th. I can't have the same morning shift and say I'm swapping with John Doe because he's also on morning shift on 25th. So it has to be a different shift, not the same shift that I'm swapping. So I have to have one shift that I am supposed to attend where John Doe is not John Doe. John Doe is not supposed to be there on that shift. Then another shift that John Doe is supposed to be there, but I am not supposed to be there. Then we'll swap those ones. So yes, makes sense to do this. Then request swap. I think it hasn't been implemented. I can see February 24th, 25th. Which February, which year is that one? Oh, okay. So it's showing here. You can see. But when we're creating the shift, did we select year, month? We didn't select those ones. So not sure why. Yeah, you can delete shift. Oh, nice. I think I already like what we have. Man, this is good. Let's continue. So remember, our focus now is on getting our UI ready. Then there's a download button up here. So we just download and go to the cursor. That will be our step 4 to continue the back end. So I've added this. The calendar, these shifts are set to for the current week to ensure they are visible when the calendar loads. Current week. Why did you think that we are in February 2024? Because you're saying current week, but the thing was in February 2024. Okay, so let's proceed to work on the team and time clock. Ooh, Good, 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 good. When Zoom blocks my view. Oh, you might not did a calculation in. Hey, Tracy. It's been forever since I have seen Tracy on uh, live stream. Hello, Tracy. How are you? Then Mawelila, where are you? My steady with me crew. It's been forever since I saw you guys. Ooh. Yep, 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 yep. We're building and we are shipping. Very soon we'll be launching our products. Staff sync. You pay. Hey, you guys, you should let us discuss the charge for it. How much are we charging for the product? Hmm? You should calculate the cost of the token plus the developer man hours. See, even though it's the AI doing it, you still are doing the brainstorming. You are still doing the fixing. I mean, clicking buttons. You are still commanding and detecting all of that. So you should charge for it. How many hours you are spending on it, and what is your charge per hour? Then what is the future potential value of the product? Also, you'd want to think about when you're building such products, are you building it as a SaaS platform where you manage it and you can have multiple users on it or not? So all of these things you need to think about it. And recently I was talking to somebody and I realized a lot of people do not know these things. It's not just about building the product. Like you can build the features, but then how is it going to sell out there? If you are building this and you are going to give it to one person to use, then it's different. Like maybe I go and sell the product to a company that does this. I'm not the one managing it. I sell it to them, the code base, and they maybe launch it on their own servers and manage it themselves. It's different. But if I want multiple people to be able to sign up, then we are getting into SaaS. You have to think about tenancy. What type of tenancy are you using? And things like that. So yeah, maybe when we have the product, we can start looking at it. Say interestingly, Staff Sync is the same name I gave my ALS portfolio project towards graduation. Less complex. Python back end, HTML and CSS front end. Oh, nice, nice. That's good. And so the AI stole the name from you, I guess. Yeah. Tracy says, damn, it's been a while. I've missed the Lord, I see. Glad you're doing lives again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually I went into hibernation. So I was back in Africa over the summer. And during that period, I was in hibernation because I was struggling with internet connectivity. The least time I get, it's like, yeah, I have a lot of backlogs at work that I haven't cleared out because I didn't have internet. So I had to just ditch being live, being up, and focus on just work and school. I was actually still doing a summer, like we're doing about three different courses in the summer. So yeah, but now I'm back for good. At least here I'm not having internet issues. So hopefully, oh, I didn't even read what it did. Yeah. Ooh, I like this. So I clogged in and oh, I thought, so why is this still active? Clogged in. Oh, okay. So now I've clogged in. Then it says clock out. I think what I would prefer is clock in is say blue, but clock out is say red and something like that. Time starts 8 hours today. This week I've done 32 hours. There's this platform that I use for tracking my work. It's called, maybe one day I have to build a similar one. I have not even thought about it. It's called toggle or something. Yeah, toggle track. It just occurred to me. I use this to track my work. So if you are doing any form of freelance gig and you want to track what you're doing, so this is what I use mostly. Then it's able to generate a very nice PDF report for you. And so assuming I'm building this product and someone is going to have to pay for it, and I have to charge them based on the number of hours that I'm putting in. I have my hourly rate. I use this to track it. Then once I'm done, I generate the PDF report and send it to them. So pretty cool tool that I use. And this that we are building is giving me that vibe because it gets to tell you how many hours you've done this week and all. Yeah, quite cool. I think our user interface is on point. I guess on point. And this is one of the reasons why I've come to love both for designing the interface. And I told you, the last time we met, I was all after using VO to build user interfaces. But now VO will build single interfaces and I have to go and copy and paste in my code. But now both is doing a similar thing, except that it's doing marvelously better. So there are groups, operations, service, kitchen. Oh, so nice. So now I'm going to prompt it to do the messages, the notification, and the settings. And we'll assume that at least we have our user interface done and we can start thinking through the back end. This is good. Let's proceed proceed to build the messages, notifications, and settings. And yesterday, I was having a discussion with the Learning Bit team. Those of you who have joined any of the sessions I did with Learning Bit, in December, we are likely to do a summit in December. I remember the first time I did a 3 day summit was in January 2021, where I take you from scratch, like what we are doing right now, but more. Show all my secrets into doing these things and monetizing some of these, how to make money from it. So the Learning Bit team and myself started a discussion around it, hoping when school is over and ALS SE to when we take a break. And I think the break is around 20th of December. So after 20th December, we are likely to do a 3 day summit. I'm still yet to plan what I'm doing for Christmas, but let's see. We'll possibly do a 3 day summit where we start building product from scratch to hosting the product live to give you the experience on how you can do these things and also start making money from it. So yeah, just be on the lookout if you are interested in it. Hopefully, when I've settled with them all the details, we'll start publicizing it. I just hope that there is enough time for me. Otherwise, we may have to do it after the new year. In 2021, I actually did it on January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd. And it was marvelous. It was marvelous, but it was difficult because I was in Ghana and the network was terrible. The thing in 2021, I think what we did was people who attended live got it was free to attend live, but then if you wanted a recording, it was paid. And I also had some ebooks that I sold along it. But what was bad for me was that people attended live and the network was so bad. They could hardly hear what I was saying. And it's bad on my end. I have tried all networks. Like that day, I went out to get all the networks in Ghana. bought data packages, but still, when the network goals are against you, who are you? So hopefully this time around it's not going to happen. I had to record, like after the live session, I have to record the sessions again just for the people who had paid for the recording. But this time around, I pray that nothing as such happens. So yes, prepare yourself if you want to get into the 3 day summit. It will probably be a 2 hour a day session where we build something from scratch and launch it and show you all the secrets, how you do this, how you do that, just walk you through all of that. And yeah, maybe that is supposed to be my Christmas gift to people, but I don't think it's going to be free. So if you are interested, you start preparing the coins towards it so that when the time is due, you can pay your collection. Those of you who know, okay, no. I think Ghana we call it collection, but offering. Yeah. You pay your offering during the prior to Christmas break. All right. So what we have here now, I've created comprehensive messaging notification settings features with the following: real-time chat interface, message threads. Wow, let's go and look at it. Then search online status indicators, search functionality, message timestamps. I didn't even think about these things when we're thinking about building a staff scheduling tool. Then notifications, different notification types, shift, mention system, filtering, notification preferences, real-time updates, profile management, account security, appearance customization, notification preferences, responsive layout. What blows my mind is that we did all of these things under 2 hours. Like right from, oh, I have an idea to seeing these things play out like this in less than 2 hours. As well. So pretty cool. Like I don't think this functionality is working, but let's try it and see. So it's not that hasn't been implemented, but at least we have the UI. And I've I've learned about WebSocket, but I've never used it for a project. I think this would be a good time to use it for a project. Then let's see notifications. Hope it's compiling. Any questions from you? Oh, don't do this to me. Okay, let's face this. Now we've spent one 1 million token, right? We started with 2.4 million tokens. We spent 1 million token, and we have like our MVP. It's good enough that we can go. In fact, I could that problem that is facing right now, I could just take it down to Cursor and go and fix it there. But let me just try one more time. I hope it doesn't go to delete anything. It doesn't delete anything. Okay. Abba says, good idea. Would like to be part of it. Yeah. Happy to have you join us. 3 day summit. Build something in 3 days from scratch to live project. I'm still wondering what we'll build, but yeah, I'll figure something out and we'll build it. So now how do I go to dashboard? This one that I didn't go to. Okay. I didn't even realize it's here. Then one thing about bots is that we can literally deploy this whole project to a live server on Netlify with a click of a button. So if we were not just doing the front end and we are done the back end, or even right now, just with the front end, we can still go ahead and deploy this application to Netlify, and we'll be able to share the link with you to see what is going on. The problem was with notifications. Hope Hopefully it has been fixed. Yes, that has been fixed. Unread mention settings. It's good. Pretty good. Yeah. Then see some of these things, like if even if you're a bad ass developer and you're coding everything from scratch, can you imagine how long it would take you to get to this level? Then contrast that against the fact that I am doing this as if I do not know coding and I have not fixed anything myself. Everything is being done by the code itself. Obviously, I have at least 1 week experience with both. 1 week experience with both. So I've played around with it a while and know some of these things, right? Or some things that work better. But outside of that, can you imagine that? Oh, it did implement it. You see, this is something that we started off and we wanted it to add and we were struggling. Now it has actually implemented it. My system is set by default to dark mode. Hmm, this is good. Guys, tell me you don't like this. Tell me you don't like this. Our product is ready. Now we can download this. All right. Uh, I'd want to continue, but no, we don't have enough time. We've done almost 2 hours on the stream. 1.3 million tokens left. So what we'll do now is we'll just download this. So if you wanted to deploy, we'll click this deploy. It's also going to consume your tokens. So I'll just go ahead and download. You can equally open it in Stackblaze for free. And Stackblaze is a company that is producing bots. So it's also possible. It's a text editor, but online based one, a web based one. So right in your browser, you can continue coding and refining this product of yours. Yeah, this is unbelievable. Wonderful. Really. Yeah, I agree. Doing all of these in less than 2 hours. Hmm. Even in my prime state without these tools, I don't think even one day, like, hey, setting up even just the boilerplate code is a whole lot of work. Okay, so we have this staff sync products. Let's extract this, extract all. Yes. Now, the task that I give you all is go and try and build something and come and show me. The thing is that if you're using a free version, I forgot the total number of tokens they give you. Let's see, subscription. Sorry, subscription. So this is what I went for, 10 million tokens. But there is a free version. So I don't know. Both free number of tokens. Let's see, both are new free. Let me see if ah oh nice. Are you guys seeing this? This is one of the things I really want to do. So instead of paying for using ChatGPT API and stuff, I have my old gaming machine here. I'm thinking about installing Llama Llama 3 on it, then creating a tunnel such that I can connect to it, like probably through a VPN or even over the internet. Connect to it, then use that as my API. I'm I'm still thinking about it. It was a thought that occurred to me last night when I was thinking about the cost of these tools, the AI tools that we're using. But then Llama is free to use, and if I have a powerful machine, I can host it locally. So yeah, something that I need to start looking into. And somebody is talking about how to use both the new for free with a local LLM. So if you have a powerful machine and you can run any of these LLMs for on it, you could Llama 3.2 is very good. Let me show you one of the tools that you can learn how to use these things on. It's good. It's good. This is the advantage you get for joining sessions with our near bed. Yeah. So there's a platform called lightning.ai. Lightning.ai, you can get access to almost all of these AI tools to play with. There's another one. You people should bribe me before I show you. Send in the collection, the offer tree before I show you. Anyway, never mind. I'm always happy to share everything that I know publicly for. Yeah. So here, the good thing that you get is you can get to learn. So if you want to learn, oh, they are talking about all these AI stuff, you don't understand any of them, you can come here and learn them. How do I deploy and chat with Llama 3.2 Vision? So if you go into this, there is a guide on how you can do that on your own. Try and explain and understand. Then, not only that, you can open this in their studio and play with the tool right in here. So it's one of the tools that I've been playing around with, trying to understand some of these AI things that are happening so that I'll also be on top of my game. Very important. So, hey, feel free to come do any of these. You can learn about fine tuning a model for your own use case, how you can do embeddings, retrieval augmented generation, all of these AI things. Guys, don't be left behind. Okay, if you have enough time on your hands, please try and learn some of these things. The next tool that I was talking about is called together.ai. Together.ai, I think. Yeah. So in together.ai, you get access to all the which account did I even use to sign into? No, I think I used just my accounts. Let's see. Together.ai. You get access to most of these LLMs for free. Let's see. Oh, ooh, means I've not signed in already. Yeah. Oh goodness. Required. I was going to write test company before they will come for my head. Uh, I'll form a new company. Do you have a Gen AI app in production? Not planned. I'm a student. Okay, good. Let's go. Yeah. So they give you this API. It says here is your new API key and $1 in free credit to get started. You get this API and you are able to call any of these models in your code. So if you're testing anything, I've not used the API before, but I've played around with this to see how well the models are functioning. And this is Llama 3.2, 11 billion vision instructable. You have all of these other ones. Eyes. Don't next time don't miss a session with a honey bed. Don't. There's so many things. So many things. You can find a code on how you're going to be able to use this in your code. So one of these days, the project I will do will tell bots to use one of these APIs. Then you get to learn how to do this. How to do this. Let me go back. I hope you learned something. The people who didn't show up, go and announce on Twitter, no, X for now. Guys, have you seen the light mode version of our landing page? When announced on Twitter, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, tell the people they cannot miss the next week's meeting. Because if you miss it, you've missed a lot. Okay, so we've downloaded this. I think I extracted it already. The next thing I'll do is to open this in a terminal. Then I'll do code dots to open this in Cursor.ai. Cursor.ai has now taken over my VS Code. I hope it's working. Okay, so it's open here. Okay, so we have our project open here. And now you can run. Let me stop the previous one that was running. This is what we're working on the last sessions. Then let's start this new one. Say, hope we are in the right location. Let's see ls gate. Say npm install. That's the first thing you want to do. And after installing this, we want to run it to see that everything works well. But to do that, the one thing that I would want to do as well is to create my, we don't have any environment variables. So let me add this. Let's just do not usually add .env. Then I'll create a .env just in case we need we would need an environment variable, especially when we start working on the database part. So read me the MD. Then the first thing I want to do is to tell Cursor to write my readme.md. Cursor is I've also subscribed to the Cursor monthly plan, which is also $20. But the advantage is that I do not run out of, it's for the month. So you don't run out of tokens, like you have it in both. So most of these things I wouldn't do in both, but I'll still do them in Cursor. And what I'll do here is go through the whole code base and prepare a comprehensive README for this project. So this is me letting Cursor get some context into, then I do the asterisk folder into the project that I'm working on. Then the app is one key folder that we wanted to go through. Then another folder that we wanted to go through is the components directory. We can add the rest, hooks. Sorry. Hooks. Then I would also add the lib directory. Okay, then now hit enter for it to write the readme file for us whilst we start our server with npm run dev. Okay. This should open up, right? We have our readme now. Ooh, what just happened? No. Okay. So let me move this to the side and let's preview our readme. This is our readme, staff sync, modern staff scheduling platform, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So core functionality, interactive dashboard, schedule management, team management, time clock, additional features, messaging system, notification, settings, and customization. Tech stack. Okay, okay, good. Okay. Oh, where's the rest? I can see. Oh, so it probably made a mistake. Not like mistake, but all of these things are written down here. I've seen that problem before. So we just have to copy and paste it. Then the next one will be this. Copy that. Then did we copy all? Was it? Yeah, all of this. The all part, right? Yeah. So now we have our README. We preview it. Everything is here. We can come in here and update anything that needs to be updated. Oh, this is not structured the way we want it to be structured. So we'd have to edit it, but not right now. Let's see our products. This is our product. Nice landing page. Oh, we should have. Oh, is it? Okay, good. We didn't tell it, but I did it. Oh, there's no pricing? Should have asked you to do pricing. Okay, no wait. You can do that anytime. Now we can go to our dashboard. Okay. Where is the dashboard? Okay, this is the dashboard. Why am I saying where is our dashboard? We can go to schedule. I'm just testing everything out to make sure everything works as we had it. And now we have it on our local instead of being in the browser. If there are any issues, we're going to fix it with our no Cursor.ai this time around. Okay. November. So months. February, February, week, months, 26. Okay. Yeah, but at least everything works seamlessly. We just need to. So the next thing I'll do, and that's probably where we'll start from next week. So if you look at the steps that we are working with, where did I start? Oh, when I begin to open plenty tabs like this. Yeah. So we've now completed step 3. The last step is step 4. We've downloaded it and we have to continue building. So next weekend, we're going to continue building from step 4. Let me pause here. I'm quite tired. Any questions, guys? Any questions? I know that you are impressed. You are impressed or super impressed with what you saw. I hope none of you were shocked. Yes, yes. So, any questions before we end the stream? And those watching on YouTube, feel free to join us next Saturday when we continue building the back end of this application. Okay, so silence means you are all fine. Do not have any questions. That's great. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us for today. I hope you enjoyed the stream and as excited as I look right now. Okay, I've been able to do all of these in 2 hours. It's a lot of work, but yeah, with the power of AI, we've been able to do it. So super excited. Thank you all, and let's meet up, God willing, Saturday to continue building this project. And as I said, there is a high possibility that we'll do a 3-day summit in December. So look forward to that where we start building a project from scratch So we deploy it in 3 days. I'd see you all in the next stream, which is next Saturday. Thank you. I really appreciate you spending the time with me. Until we meet again next Saturday, it's bye for now. Bye bye,